Hello guys, it's Becca, and it is time for Rocking with Becca. Yeah, it is time for Rocking with Becca. If you're new to my channel, every Saturday I try to do a video that I call Rocking with Becca. And on these videos, I share with you the baby of the day, which is this one right here. For today, I'll be sharing this one with you. I give a shout out. Let me pull you a little bit closer. I give a shout out. We talk on a topic or just I tell you about my health or whatever. Just something to talk about. And yeah, it's just my day of getting together with my friends, I guess you could say. And I really should do them live so we could actually interact between each other, but I run out of things to say when I'm on live. I get nervous when I do a live. I did one yesterday for my craft channel, and when it first started out, I thought, hey, I'm not going to be on here more than 10 minutes because I couldn't think of nothing to say. But then more people started coming in and commenting, and it kept me talking. So we had a pretty good, lengthy live yesterday on my craft channel. But anyway, how are you all doing today? I want to say, in case you're new, Rocking with Becca videos are usually kind of lengthy, somewhere between 45 minutes and an hour. They're usually lengthy, so right now would be a good time for you to pause the video, go grab you a hot cup of coffee or tea, or a glass of iced tea, or a soda, a cold coffee, whatever it is you like to drink. I love my hot coffee, especially in the morning time. Love my hot coffee. So that's what I have. So, I guess I will get right into telling you who we're going to be doing featured doll as well. I've been doing featured doll, what I call featured doll, and that's where the baby of the day that I have, I tell you what sculpt it is, where it came from, who reborned it, if it was a handmade reborn doll, you know, all the details, and how long I've had it, or the date of when I got it. So, we have with us today for our baby of the day, we have my sweet little Freddie. Look at my sweet little Freddie. Isn't he just adorable? Look at that face. He's got on his little yellow romper that has the bulldozer, or whatever you call that, on the front of it. He has his little lovey that came with him. And there he is, and Mommy's rocking him while we having Rocking with Becca. He is Frog Prince from Paradise Galleries. He is number 158. And as you can see, he come with the little frog lovey. Frog Prince is his Paradise Galleries name. His artist, sculpt artist, is Pat Moulton. And he was, you know, created or sold by Paradise Galleries. I have had him since December 14, 2022. This is just amazing to me that in December of this year, I will be had him for 3 years. And it's unbelievable that I've had him that long. And I love him just as much now as I did when I got him. He is just adorable. I love my little baby. Yes, I do. Macy, go get on the bed. Mama's doing a video. Go get on the bed. Go get on the bed. So, who is your baby of the day? Guys, I also want to say, for the new ones, I yawn a lot. So please excuse me. I'm not sleepy. I don't even feel tired right now. I've talked to my sleep apnea doctor about it, and he says one of my medications that I take causes yawning. I didn't know a medication could cause yawning, but apparently it does, and it is so aggravating to me that every few words I have to yawn. Interrupts me, and it's aggravating. But anyway, to me, I feel like it could be also that I'm by myself most of the time, and about the only time I talk, well, no, I talk. Let me forget that, because I forget. I talk a lot to Macy and to my dolls. Macy is my dog. My little Boston Terrier, big Boston Terrier. And I talk a lot to her, and I talk a lot to my babies. So that can't be it. I started to say that maybe it's because I don't talk very much, and then when I get on video, I start talking and need more oxygen, but that's not the case, because I talk all day long to either Macy or my babies. Hubby, when he comes in, and we talk, and so that wouldn't be it. But anyway, guys, that is my baby of the day, Mr. Freddie. And I think we have an interesting video for today. If I could get myself going with it. If I can get myself going. Okay. I do a shout out. Try to do a shout out every Saturday when I do a Rockin' with Becca video. And what I do is I shout out a channel that I am subscribed to that has, and I forgot to look, that has under 1,000 subscribers. So the shout out I'm going to give today, when I looked yesterday, I meant to look again today. Excuse me, guys. But this is, I call it a new channel. She's had a channel before and deleted it. And come back and, you know, got a new channel. Stuff like that. So she's not, you know, new to YouTube. But the channel she has going now, she only has 168 subscribers, I think is what it was yesterday. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. Oh, this is so aggravating. So aggravating. And I'm kind of, I give my shout outs to, you know, the people I'm subscribed to, and I'm going through them alphabetically. Well, I've already done all the beads, and matter of fact, I was in the K's, I think. But I come across this channel, And I heard from her, I think from Playful Reborn Adventures. Playful Doll Adventures. I think is the way that channel's name is. Playful Doll Adventures, Penny and Keith. I think that's where I heard about this channel. And when I went to it, then I realized it was the same person that I used to be subscribed to before she deleted her channel. It starts with a B, so I wanted to go back to her, and then we'll continue next week where we left off in the case, I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken. So the name of this channel is Babies and Blessings, and I will have her link in the title. And like I said, when I checked, when I was watching her yesterday, she only had 168 subscribers. If I don't have everything so mixed up, I think that's what it was. I totally like to go check the channel right before I start the video, so I can have the right subscriber amount that, you know, the person has. And I forgot to do that this morning. And I'm not going to take the time to go, you know, pause the video and go do that. But if I'm not mistaken, she had 168 subscribers yesterday. And her channel name is Babies and Blessings. So go check her out. And see if she would be a channel you might be interested in watching. If so, subscribe to her and let her know I sent you. Let's help her get on up there. Let's try to get her at least up to 300 today. Or this weekend. Let's try it. And see if by Monday she might not have at least 300 subscribers. That would be awesome. So anyway, that is my shout out for today. I guess, guys, I'm a little, I don't know, I guess I'm a little nervous. Not really nervous. I don't know. Sometimes I come on here and I just get with it and not feel any kind of anxiety. And then sometimes I'm afraid that I'm not going to have enough to say, or what I say just don't make sense, or, you know, there's just some days I have anxiety over doing these videos. But I'm not going to let that stop me, because I love doing videos. I love communicating with y'all. I love reading your comments. But I guess, you know, sometimes I do kind of feel anxiety, and I think it has to do with when I'm yawning so much too, because that really bothers me and aggravates me that every few words I have to yawn. And I feel like y'all get tired of seeing it and hearing me yawn, and it's really aggravating. And again, I may be a little bit tireder than what I think I am. You know, I may not really realize how tired I am. I thought I slept good last night. I only got up one time to go to the restroom. I went right back to sleep. I thought I slept well. I didn't get up until after 7 this morning. So I don't know. Maybe I am more tired than I think I am. But it's just aggravating to yawn, 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 yawn. All right. If it's a shorter video, it's just a shorter video. I'm sure you'll be happy that it's shorter. But anyway, I know, guys, you wouldn't watch it if you didn't want to. And I shouldn't say stuff like that. But, You know, all my life I have felt and I've talked about this before. All my life I have felt so inferior and so, you know, like unimportant, and no one's really concerned about what I got to say, or nobody would want to, in the case of Facebook, YouTube, that nobody would want to watch me. And there's nobody holding a gun to your head and making you watch me. You do that because you want to, and I know that. And I shouldn't say things like that, but sometimes it just comes out, and I try not to. But the more I think about it, maybe I am a little exhausted today. Because I tend to talk that way more when I'm really tired. And so maybe I am a little bit more exhausted than what I thought I was. We are going to... I have a question or tag or however you want to put it. And I really would like to hear your answers. You can either comment below or you can do a video answering the question. And if you do the video, please tag me so hopefully YouTube will give me the notification so I can know you've put up a video about this topic. And the question is, what would you do if your family made you choose between them and your doll hobby? Let me do a little bit more explaining. Let's start out with our extended family, like our brothers or sisters, our mothers, our mother-in-laws, our whatever, extended out there. Then let's move it on into your children. What if your grown children, said either you give up the dolls or I won't have anything to do with you? What about your mate, your husband, your wife, your significant other? What if they gave you the choice, made you choose between them and your doll hobby? How would you respond to that? Now, I'm going to tell you right off the different relationships involved in that I'm talking about. To me, they would be considered on different levels, and you would handle them differently. For instance, let's go to our extended families, like our siblings, our parents, our in-laws. They're kind of more of a out there family once you're married or, grown. For me, I'm going to answer these questions. I'm going to answer this question and the different levels that they go. As far as my siblings, my parents, which my mother's the only one alive, and both my husband's parents are passed on, so it would be just my mother and my siblings in this case. If they told me that they wasn't going to have anything to do with me as long as I had the dolls, that they wasn't going to come around, that they wasn't going to, whatever, as long as I had my dolls, what I would have to do is say, well, I hope you have a great life. I'm here if you ever want me. Because for the fact that now that I'm grown and don't live with them, you know, we have our own lives and they do their own things and I do my own thing, and we hardly get to see each other. And my dolls is here with me every day. So if they couldn't accept me, you know, with my dolls, then I hope they have a good life. And if they ever decide they want to have something to do with me, then here I am. I would be considerate of them if they came over and they didn't like my dolls. I would put my dolls away in another room and close the door while they were here. I would be considerate of their feelings if they came over and didn't like my dolls. But I would not get rid of them. I would choose my dolls because my dolls is with me every day and they're not. I have more hours with my dolls than I have with them. And my dolls gives me more company than they do because they're out, you know, doing their own thing and we just visit occasionally. So that would be my answer to that part of the scenario. So now let's move on to my children, my grown children. If they told me that as long as I had the dolls, they wouldn't come around. At this point, now there's two situations you have to consider here. At this point in their lives, if they was to say that to me, I would say, again, just like I did to my parents and siblings, I would say, well, I hope you have a great life. I hope everything goes well for you. I hope, you know, that you can enjoy your life and your hobbies and what you do. I'm not giving up my dolls. Because, again, my dolls are with me every day. My children are not. My grandchildren are not. All my grandchildren are grown. I hardly see any of them. But let's back it up a little bit more with our children. Let's say they're just, you know, just getting out on their own, just got married, just fixing to start their families. I don't have any grandchildren yet. And they tell me, you know, that as long as I have the dolls, that I wouldn't be able to keep my grandkids. They wouldn't have anything to do with me. They wouldn't come around. Now that I would have to think a little bit harder on in that scenario. But again, unless we're a close-knit family that we do a lot together, again, they would be on their own, doing their own thing, and I wouldn't be seeing them very often. But on the other hand, if we was a close-knit family that we did a lot together and they really cared for me, they wouldn't make me choose. They wouldn't make me choose. So again, I guess what I would do in that situation, and you know, you really don't know what you would do unless you was in that situation. We can just think what we would do, and we can say what we would do because we're not going through it. But again, I would have to say, you know, I may be a little bit more hidden with my doll hobby, but I would have to say, look, I'll put the dolls away when you're around. If I keep the babies, if you bring the babies over, I'll put the dolls away. But, you know, this is my hobby. I love it. I'm not with you day in and day out. So if you just plain do not like them or don't want the babies around them, I'll put them away when you're here. But I'm not giving up my doll hobby. And again, we say what we would do. But if we was actually in that situation, would we do it that way? You know, what would we really do? We really don't know until we're in that situation. Okay, let's say our mate, our husband, wife, significant other. What if they gave me the choice? And again, I want to say if they made us choose, they don't really care for us, is what I want to say. But if I was in that situation, how would I feel? How would I react? All I can say is what I would want to do, and what I would want their response to be is I would want to calmly explain to them how I enjoy the hobby, how I don't want to give up my dolls. If they don't like them, I won't keep, I'll keep them in a room away from them if they don't like them. But please don't make me choose, don't make me give up my dolls. And hopefully that the response, they would respond to me by, compromising by saying, okay, as long as you do it that way. But that's not always the case. We don't always get the response we want. So I really don't know what I would do if that choice was put before me. I really don't. Because you love your spouse. You love your significant other. You don't want to lose them over a doll or dolls. But then again, why should you give up a hobby that you really love when they have hobbies they love and they do things they like to do? Why, just because it's dolls, is it where we have to make a choice? It's just really, really hard to say what you would actually do. We can, like I said, we can say what we would like, the way we would like for it to happen and the person to respond to us, but it doesn't always happen that way. It's kind of a deep subject, I guess, because like I said, you have to consider it 2 or 3 different ways the closer they get to you in the relationship, like, your husband, your children. Now, if it's extended families, it's easier to say, well, if you don't like them, I'm sorry, I hope you have a good life. I'm here if you ever want to come. But for it to be... Okay. Sorry, guys. Love you. Hubby's fixing to leave for a little while, and he was letting me know. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, it would definitely be easier to tell the extended family that. But then the closer the relationship gets to you, when it goes to your children, your husband, your wife, your spouse, it gets harder. Because, you want your hobby, you want to be able to do your hobby, the thing you love, but you love your spouse also, and you think, well, am I going to let a doll come between us? But then again, let's turn it around. Are they going to let a doll come between us? So what do you do? How do you respond to something like that? And again, You really don't know what you would do unless you was in that situation. But what do you think you would do if that was brought before you like that? You know, I'm just so thankful. I am so thankful that my husband is supportive. Now, he doesn't have anything to do with the dolls. He wouldn't do a role play like Keith does with Penny. He would, you know, he's just not, he wouldn't have anything to do with the dolls. He has carried a carrier for me when, you know, a couple of times that I took the doll out with him, and he has carried the carrier for me, and he has, you know, if someone stopped us and talked to us about the doll, he, you know, he talked about them and told them about them and right along with me. But as far as him, you know, holding one or doing a video with me with one or something like that, he wouldn't. But he is very, very supportive of my hobby. I am so thankful for that. So thankful for that. My children, they don't come around anyway. So my doll hobby don't bother them because they don't come around anyway. So I don't have to worry about that. My siblings and my mother, they don't come around anyway. So I don't have to worry about that. And I have gotten to where I don't go to them either because of my health issues, my anxieties, and every so often I will go to my oldest sister's because that's where my mother lives, and around special holidays or if I get to just feeling like it's been so long since I've been to actually see her, you know, we talk, we communicate, and all that. We have mother-daughter chats on what is it, the video call type things we do. So we see each other through that way, and you know, we text and talk on the phone occasionally and stuff like that. But I don't even go out and go see them very often, my oldest sister. And the only reason I go to my oldest sisters is because that's where my mother is. I mean, they don't bother to come see me. And I'm not doing that, you know, because they don't come see me. I'm doing it because of my anxiety, my health issues, that getting out just really, you know, affects my anxiety. And so I only get out and go see my mom when I feel like, okay, it's been a while since I went and seen her physically. I need to go see her. You know, and it's usually around holidays, special holidays, that I do that. So, you know, like I said, my sisters don't put out no effort to come see me. So, therefore, my dolls don't bother my siblings, my children, because none of them ever comes around to see them, you know, to be around them. So I don't have to worry about that. And I am so thankful that my husband is very, very supportive of my doll hobby. He's bought me dolls. He tells me as long as our bills is getting paid and we have our needs met, he don't care how much, you know, I spend on dolls. Of course, you know, our bills and our other needs does come first. It comes first. Then if I have extra, then I will spend it on the dolls. I've been trying to cut back. Hadn't managed to stay that way yet, but I've been trying to only spend what I get on YouTube on my doll hobby. I've been working and working, and I've got better. I think I've got better. I may not have. I think I have, but I may not have. But I've been trying to keep it just to what I get from YouTube. Maybe one day I'll get that down pat. Um, but yeah, I'm just so thankful for my husband and for his support for my doll hobby, because I have no one but him physically. Um, my children don't come around, like I said. My sisters don't come around. I don't have any physical friends, close by. Um, I have friends here on YouTube and Facebook that, that I've met. I met Jonda. She come to see me. She came to see me. I was so surprised and delighted that someone out of their own pocket money, care, time would come to my house, because I promise you it was out of the way from where they was going. It was out of the way, because I live in a little hick country town, and I'm not on just where you would pass by me going to any place. You purposely come to my house if you come see me. I'm not on the beaten path. And she surprised me one evening, when they were headed to Florida to Disney World. They come, I can't say they stopped by, they purposely came to my house. And it was awesome. And so I have wonderful friends that I have met here on YouTube and on Facebook. And I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for stopping by my channel, for watching my videos, for commenting, for hitting the like button, for hitting that subscribe button. All of that is free. To subscribe to my channel is free. To comment is free. To hit the like button is free. And, it doesn't cost you anything. And nothing but your time. And you are willing to put your time into my channel and spending a little time with me. Even though we do it virtually, it's amazing. It's just awesome. I just love every one of you. Love you all. So, yeah, I would love for you to answer that question. I would love for you to answer the question. Let's see how I worded it. What would you do if your family made you choose between them and your doll hobby? And again, I would love for you to do a video talking about it and tag me in it. But if not, then at least comment below and tell me what you think you would do. How do you think you would respond? What would your reactions be? It really is a subject, though. It really is a situation that you really don't know unless you was in that situation. You can say what you would do or what you think you would do, but when it come right down to it, we really don't know what we would do unless we was put in that situation. And I am so thankful I'm not in that situation. So thankful. So thankful. Okay, so that was our topic. We're going to get on to doing small dolls and stuffies. And that is hosted by Alicia over at Binkies and Blankies Nursery. I've been doing the small doll and stuffies Saturdays. Small dolls and Stuffy Saturday is what it's called. And like I said, it's hosted by Binkies and Blankies Nursery. I will have her link in the description. I will have the shout out link, Babies and Blessings. I will have her link in the title. I will have Leisha's link in the description. So you can just click on the link, go to Leisha's channel. If you click on the hashtag that's in the description, you can see what everyone else is doing for Small Dolls and Stuffy Saturday. So I'm going to ease up and go lay Freddie down, and I'll be back. I'm not going to pause the video. The big bitch right there, I'm just going to go lay him down, and we'll get started with that part of the video. Okay. You lay right there, big boy. You lay right there. All right. So what Small Dolls and Stuffies is you share your smaller dolls or your different type of dolls, anywhere from like 18 inches or under. Dolls you wouldn't normally show, you know, through just your, reborn type dolls. This could consist of like American Girl dolls, Rainbow High, Barbie dolls, any kind of dolls like that. And then the Stuffies can be any size. They can be from huge to small. Any size Stuffy is fine to show. So today I have Stuffies that I'm going to share with you. Leisha, this is your fault, Leisha. She's kind of got me really interested in Build-A-Bears. The Build-A-Bear brand. My very first Build-A-Bear was gifted to me from Jonda. And Jonda is Baby of Mine Nursery. I will have her link in the description also, because I've mentioned her twice now in my video. So I will put her link in the description. But my very first Build-A-Bear was gifted to me by Jonda. And then after that, you've seen, I had my bear from Jonda for quite a while. I don't remember when I got it. I probably could go back and look up the video of it. I think some of my videos was before I deleted videos. Yes, I made my channel in 2018 and started making videos, and then somewhere around 2019, 2020, maybe somewhere around in that time, they come out with the child protection law on, and when it first come out, you heard a lot about if you did things wrong on your channel, you could be put in jail. And I really didn't know what it meant, what it was consisted of, and it scared me. Because I said any channel that you have that has content toward children, it could be highly, you could be investigated and things like that. And it, me being my anxiety and my fears and being a scaredy type person, it scared me. And I deleted every video on my doll channel and my craft channel, because I said, some of my crafts, children probably would watch it, and it scared me. And I deleted every video, not thinking, to just put it on private. I deleted every video, and I regret it. I hate it. On my craft channel, it was I went back and forth from it being a craft channel to a vlogging channel. And I had a lot of videos of my first Boston Terrier, Ringo, and another little dog I had, Bug. I had a lot of videos of them, and now when I think about it, I think, man, I wished I hadn't deleted those. I wished I'd have just put them on private. Now I could have went back, you know, and put them back public. And so, I was saying, I lost my train of thought of why I was saying that, but I was saying that to say I might could go back and find the video where I received the bear that Jonda gave me, but I may not. It may be one of them that was deleted. I can't remember. But anyway, you've seen, if you watch my videos regularly, you've seen recently I got the cat, the fairy cat that has the little wings. I got it for Fairyland Friday. I wanted to have it, you know, to have for Fairyland Friday. And so that was my second Build-A-Bear. My third Build-A-Bear is Sammy. I just recently got Sammy. Look at Sammy. Sammy is a skunk. He is a black and white skunk. He is adorable. He is so soft. I just got him a few days ago. He came in the mail. I saw him on an ad on Facebook, and it said he is exclusive for online. I guess that means you can't get him in a Build-A-Bear store if you went to a store. It said exclusively online. But he is, when I seen him, this is the way he was dressed. Of course, you have to buy his clothes separately. But this is the way he was dressed on the ad. This is a little hat. And I saw him, and I loved his little striped shirt, his little red bow tie, and his little hat. What do you call them? Beret hats? I loved him. I fell in love with him. And I debated back and forth. I'd look at him and I'd put him in the cart and I'd say, no, I better not buy no more. I better wait. And I'd wait, and then I'd go back again, and I was just back into and back into. And so then one day I said, look, I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him. I don't know how long they'll have him. It says exclusively online. And I said, I don't know how long they're going to have him. I'm going to get him. So I ordered him, and he come in. I think it was Thursday he came in, if I'm not mistaken. It was sometime this week he came in. But I went online, I got him, and then I went and looked for the exact same shirt that they showed him in the ad. The shirt comes with the shirt and the bow tie and the hat. And I got that for him. And I just love him, guys. Look at him. His little tail, it velcros to the back of his head. Like if he's lifting up his tail, you know, to get ready to spray. Or you can velcro it, and his little tail hangs down. And he's so soft. Oh my goodness. His fur is so soft. I love him. I love him. I love him. I'm probably going to keep him sitting in my craft room, where he will always be there when I go in there. I can pick him up and hug him between doing my crafts. Oh, I love him. He's so sweet. And I just love the color. I don't know. I love black and white together. I won't tell you how much I love black and white together. When I get a dog, I want it to be black. It can have white on it. It can have some brown on it. But I want it to be black. I don't know. I love a black colored dog. I don't know. I just do. I know that's weird, but, you know, why would the color make the difference? I don't know. But if I get a Chihuahua, I want it to be a black one. If I get a winter dog, I want it to be a black one, not a brown one. I want a black one. Of course, I love Boston Terriers. They're black and white. I don't know. I claim it's because my very first dog I had as a child that, you know, we was allowed to bring in the house, and it became part of the family. She was a Chihuahua, and she was black. And I claim that's why I love the black and white dogs, or the black dogs. But I don't know, I just love black and white together. And I thought I named him Sammy. You can get the birth certificate with him, you know, with your Build-A-Bears, and you can have it personalized. Like, you can tell them what name to put on it and all that. So I told him his name was Sammy. And so they put that on his birth certificate. And I just love him. Oh, he's so sweet. I just love him. Love him, love him. But now I'm going to share with you. See if I can get it over here. I'm going to share with you my bear that I got from Jonda, my very first Build-A-Bear. And this is not the dress that it came in. It came in like a little romper. And I went on Build-A-Bear and bought this little dress and the little glasses and the little shoes. And I love this little bear. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. It is so sweet. I love it. So I went on, I think it was Etsy. I got this. I was looking for some Build-A-Bear clothes. You know, I could go get it online, you know, at Build-A-Bear. And they're not that expensive. That's where I got this little outfit here. But I was looking to see if I could find, you know, some that was cheaper than what you could get them at Build-A-Bear. And I found a little outfit on Etsy that I'm going to change. Betsy. This is Betsy. My cat is Caitlin. And my skunk is Sammy. But Betsy here, Betsy the bear, I'm going to change her. I'm going to show you what I'm going to change her into. Change her for the 4th of July. Here is a little pair of denim shorts. So cute. Look, guys. Isn't that cute? Little pair of denim shorts. A little white t-shirt with a sequin heart on it that looks like a flag. Macy, don't you fall. Sit down. And we are going to get her dressed. I'm going to take her shoes off. And I'm not going to put them back on because it's summertime. It's time to go barefoot. Betsy the bear is ready to go barefoot. Betsy the bear is ready to go barefoot. Yeah. May have to take her glasses off to get her little dress off. I don't think it unsnaps anywhere. I don't see no snaps or Velcro anywhere. So let's see. Let me get it off of her head. Mama's little Betsy. Mama's little Betsy. These little undies goes with her dress. I'm going to take them off. She is a bear. She is a bear. So we're going to put her little shorts on her. I have gotten so into stuffed animals since I've been doing this with Alicia, participating in her collab. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm going to order me a stuffed animal storage. It is like, let me get her shorts pulled up. Look, I love it. I love it. Isn't that so cute? Oh, I love it. I'm getting me a stuffed animal storage. I'm going to order it from Amazon. Matter of fact, I may go order it today. It's like a round tube, and it stands up so tall. It has a zipper in the front. And I have gotten so attached to stuffed animals now that I'm wanting to get stuffed animals. They don't all have to be Build-A-Bears, but I do love the Build-A-Bears. But I'm going to get that, and let's see, I forgot how I had her glasses on. She's got to have her glasses so she can see. Look at her little outfit. Isn't that just adorable? I love being able to change their clothes. Most of the clothes I get may be like just t-shirts, since they are animals, They don't necessarily have to have bottoms. I can get t-shirts for Build-A-Bears, like on Mercari and Etsy and eBay and places, really, really cheap. So I may just, get a bunch of different shirts for them so they can have changings of clothes. But I think, especially Sammy, Sammy is, with his big old tail, I just don't see where I could put a bottom on him, He has to only have shirts. So if I could just get a bunch of different kinds of shirts for him. But I have really got into my Build-A-Bears or stuffed animals. Hubby has gotten me several stuffed animals. I've got probably 4 in my curio cabinet that I never bring out. But I feel like if they were in that tube, that the storage container, where I could just unzip it and get the one I wanted, I feel like I would do more with them. And I love them. I love them. And I used to not, but since I've been doing small dolls and stuffies, and I've been watching Alicia with all of her stuffies, it's just gotten me to where I want to have stuffies. They're just so soft. You don't really have to worry about messing, you don't have to worry about messing up the paint. They don't have paint. But they're just so much, so comfortable to snuggle up to. I just got to where I really love. Now, I'm not giving up my babies, by no means. I love my babies, but I have started really loving my stuffed animals too, and I think they're just adorable. So I do want to get that. I'm thinking about just setting it up in the living room, having it, put it in a corner in the living room, and it can be like a decoration as well as storing my stuffed animals, and you can put a lot in it. Right now I don't have enough that it probably would only fill it up. I don't even know if it'd fill it quite halfway. So I would still have plenty of room to get more stuffed animals, you know, if I wanted to. Plus, it would take space from where I've got my stuffed animals, you know, displayed. It would give me that space to display more dolls. You know, you got to think all around here. You got to think all around. Guys, I am totally shocked. I was afraid I wasn't going to have enough to have a very long video. It's over an hour. I'm shocked. Oh my goodness. Let me get off of here. I know y'all are tired of me. Let me get off of here. But thank you so much if you managed to watch this full video. Even if you watched it in segments. Thank you so much for watching the whole video. I really, really, really appreciate it. I tell you what, put a bear emoji in the comments if you watched the full video. I'm not talking about straight through. You could have watched it in segments. But if you watched the entire video, put a bear emoji in the comments below. I would love to know who actually watched my video all the way through. Like I said, you don't have to do it all at one time. Just 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there until you get it all watched. And if you watch the whole thing, put a bear emoji. That would make me happy. Y'all want to make me happy? Watch my videos all the way through and give me a bear. Watch this video all the way through and give me a bear emoji. That'll make me happy. Alright guys, I'm going to let you go. I have enjoyed this video, and I should know that Rocking with Becca is always going to be long. I think every time, you know, I think, oh, it's not going to be very long today, and then it ends up being longer than normal. Days I feel that way, ends up being longer than normal. But I needed to talk with y'all. I hope you will pacify me. And I needed to talk with y'all. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to let you go. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.